TheTechnicals.
We're back in the building with the ASICs. You probably can't tell because I try to normalize the audio, but they are a bit quieter because they're all on lower power mode. The GPU rig is going to be shut off. CPU rig that's inside, going to shut that off. L3 pluses, going to shut those off. And the two S19 J Pros are currently dialed down to 2700 watts, 2800 watts. And then the S21 is on low power mode. And that's for the next few days because I'm leaving for a few days, going on vacation. And the person that's house sitting, I don't want them to have to worry about these things. Like if I see something's going wrong, I don't want to have to tell them to come in here and fiddle with stuff and try to remote in and distract me from what I'm doing or cut off breakers. So I'm just gonna, they'll probably be fine. I know everyone said they'll be fine, they're ASICs. Yeah, I know, but the amount that I lose, which we're gonna look into, the amount that I'll lose from not mining, that's worth it for my peace of mind, just knowing that they're not, gonna be running at full power, which even still, the way I got them set up, they weren't pulling much anywhere close to the limit themselves. But still, just that extra little bit, dialing them down. It's the first time I've dialed them down, the two that are on brains. We're gonna see, I believe I'm getting much higher efficiency and pretty close to that 100 terahash anyway. Not so much on the S21, but we're gonna look into that. It's been about 3, maybe 4 hours since I put them on there. They've run through the tuning. So we're gonna check the average hash rates to see where they are. And by the time this video, if you're thinking about running in and robbing me, by the time this video uploads, I'm already back. So too late. But anyway, we want to look and see what kind of efficiency we're getting after dialing these down, because I think it's going to be promising. So let's head in and see where we are. Taking a look over here at our S21, it looks like it's been up for just under 3 hours, and that's when we put it into low power mode. Looks like the hash rate's wobbling a little bit right now, but just under 160 terahash. Went out to the building, I'll put the video right here. By itself, because I don't have a meter box on that line, probably have to get one of those in there. I'll put an L630 in there. But at 243 volts, 10.82 amps, there's the switch is also connected to that, so it's pulling like the ever so smallest amount. But it looks like we're doing about 2,600 and some odd change watts on the S21, yielding about 16 watts per terahash. So still super duper efficient, but it kind of stings losing out on that 40 terahash. But again, for peace of mind, it's well worth it. Over here on Brains, taking a look at our two S19 J Pros. Those have been up for a while as well. This one actually I just disconnected. Motherfucker. Over here on Brains, taking a look at one of our S19 J Pros. We put that down to a power target under configuration, power target of 2800 watts, and we did 2700 watts on the other one because I wanted to take this opportunity to kind of test a little bit and see if there's better efficiencies somewhere in there. I did not look at anybody else's tests on this. I just kind of threw a dart and was kind of hoping for it because, again, I wanted to bring it down to not as low as it could possibly go, but just give myself that extra amount of breathing room. So heading over to the dashboard again, looks like we're pulling per brains 98.27 terahash, which is basically where we were before. I think this model, after I put brains on it, was getting just a touch over 100, 102, 103, sometimes 104. I'd have to check that at the pool and break it all out and take a look at the worker. But yeah, and it's doing it all at 27, 26 watts. So it was a good thing that I decided to put these down into a lower power state, because I'm getting hella efficiency here, 27 watts per terahash on this S19 J Pro, not a K, it's a J. So checking the second one here, this is the one I unplugged to get the amperage reading off the S21. This is the one that's also plugged into the same PDU. So I pulled the power just to get a clean amp reading for it so I could do the calculation. It's ramping back up. But again, approaching that 90 terahash target. Looks like it previously, before I disconnected it, it was getting 98 terahash as well. And doing it at, let's see, to show me the power? No, so it doesn't show me the power over time, but still 98, and then but it was dialed down to 2700 watts. you know, that's amazing. I'm really glad that I did this, because now I, you know, once I can get back and contribute, you know, allocate some more time to testing on this, there's a lot of efficiency in there. And I know that I've been saying over and over again, before the halving, you should be going balls to the wall. And I'll probably still hold true to that. But if I can get 100, basically 100 terahash for, you know, 300 less watts, or if I, you know, go up 100 watts from there, take it to 2,900 or something like that. You know, 100 watts is not a lot, but over 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, et cetera, it does add up. All right, so I'm over here at the pool taking a look. I haven't refreshed this. Let's give it a refresh. And so it looks like the 1 hour average, I'm getting 360 terahash. Previously, that was, I mean, the 1 day average, 398. So, you know, I've dropped down, you know, about 40 terahash. That's over all 3 Bitcoin ASICs. So, you know, we saw that about the 40 terahash drop on the S21, and it looks like the S19s are just kind of at the same spot. So go Brains OS, you're earning that dev fee big time. If I head over to What2Mine to just kind of back of the envelope calculate what I'll be losing on a day-to-day basis by not having them up to full bore, running at the full 400 terahash that I have in total, looks like I'm going to be losing out on about $3 per day. So $3 a day times however many days I'm gone. It's worth $3 a day for me to just kind of have a little bit extra peace of mind, because I was born with the gene, very rare condition, where I worry about shit all the time, even small stuff. So, you know, that $3 a day, I get it. It could be worth $1 billion in a year or two, or some of you guys think it's going to be worth it. You get my point. And just checking in again one more time on these S19s, now that they've had some time to come back to full. It's telling me I'm getting 100 terahash at 27 watts per terahash. I'll take it all day. This one's telling me I'm doing it for 25. I'm getting 100 terahash for 26 watts per terahash. So incredible efficiency. I can't wait to get back and tinker with these a little bit more. Maybe look online. If you have Brains OS on your S19 J Pro specifically, S19 J Pro 100 terahash model specifically, please leave a message in the comments below to let me know what your settings are, because I'd love to try those out instead of just kind of blindly going through it. I'd love to go for what, you know, other people seem to have working. But you know, I don't see how I could get much better than this. I guess, you know, maybe if I creep it up a little bit, or maybe I can just, you know, go down another 100 watts and still continue to get that 100 terahash. That'd be absolutely amazing. It's time for me to buy some more S19 J Pros, because they're still only about $1,000 on eBay. Probably less now since Bitcoin took a nosedive. But anyway, that's where we are. We're going to leave that running. And again, by the time this video comes out, I'm already going to be back and tinkering with it some more. So hopefully no issues throughout the time that I'm not here to monitor them, because it's the first time away since I got back into mining. And I remember previously when I had the big GPU mining farm, you know, I got to the point where I would just shut everything off completely and utterly, because I did not want to worry about it. Because when you got like 100 GPUs going, I'm sure a lot of you guys have that many going. If you need to go somewhere for a few days, do you leave them running and just check on them obsessively over and over and over again on your phone? And you know, what do you do if something, you know, a rig goes down and you can't get it to restart? You know, do you have someone on standby that knows how to go in there and reset it and disconnect things? And do you really trust them to do that? And then there's, you know, concerns with fire, you know, because if a fire breaks out, you're not going to know about it unless you got someone there to tell you, or some kind of fire system, and then sprinklers destroy it. It's again, this is the gene that I have that makes me worry about things just over and over and over again. So me, rather blow that $3 a day and be cool. That's my status currently. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe. Check me out on X or Twitter, or whatever you call it, or whatever it's calling itself nowadays. Otherwise, I'm TheTechnicals. See you next time.